Dr. Hafizah from CAM has invited our team to share. Basically, today is a sharing session on experiences in completing MOOC during pandemic. So I'm Athirah from Social Work Program. So we're from Faculty of Social Sciences and Humanities. So definitely in completing MOOC during pandemic, I believe that it's not just our team. I believe that even other team would face the same challenge or maybe other greater challenge that you will face. But I think you would be able to finish it once you have, have a, how do I say that? That I will share that later. All right. So definitely before we start MOOC, our program, our team members, we have this idea that we want to visit the agencies, we want to go and interview people, we want to do this, we want to do that. We have so many plans. All right. So definitely you want to do, you want to give the best for your program and for MOOC. Right. And then, when the pandemic comes, so things has changed, right? Things has changed. So we have to find other alternative to make sure that we'll be able to complete our MOOC. So today I'll be sharing with you the challenge that we face, okay? The challenge that we face and how do we overcome the challenge, right? So I have 6 challenges here that I would like to highlight with all of you. So the first is, of course, to complete by end of the year. Like I said, end of the year, December, which was last year. So the second challenge is definitely we are not technology savvy. And the third challenge is we do not know how to start. So what to do first, all right? And number 4 is people would be occupied with online teaching and learning and besides with other admin work, right? And number 5 is enormous amount of work in MOOC, and number 6 is pressure. All right, so let's go to number 1st challenge. Okay, so today is more like a sharing session. So if you have any question, you can just chip in. We can have a conversation, right? So it's not too formal session, right? So the first one is to complete by end of the year. So definitely to complete, we need to have, we need to set the target. So definitely at first you need to have a team. So I believe that you already have a team and your team members, you already decided like who are your team members and you already decide the cost of the program for your MOOC. And besides, you need to know whether your course is micro-credential or credit transfer. I think this is also important that for you to know so that this would, I think it was helps you in terms of when you develop your course. Okay, I think this one Akam would explain to you further on how to micro-credential and how to credit transfer and what is it all about. Okay, and then even we need to look at the learning units, all right? Because for the course that we choose, so definitely the course that's already have in our program. So we have, so the course that we choose for MOOC is SSS 2013, Introduction to Social Welfare and Social Work, with the content expert here is Dr. Faiza. Okay, that's her course for social work program, right? So we actually have 14 learning units for this course, all right? So, if 14 learning units you want to include in MOOC, that's a lot, right? That's, I think there's a lot of work to do with 14 learning units. So what we decided is for us to, we combine some of the learning units. Okay, like for example, two learning units, we combine it into one learning unit and come up, we think of one suitable topic that we can write as the main, not the main topic, the subtopic, okay, the learning units, right? So from 14 learning units, then we discuss, then we come up with 8 learning units, okay, instead of 14 learning units. And then on that 8 learning unit, so we have to decide what are the subtopics, right? Since that you have combined your learning units, so you have to decide what are your subtopics and what are the learning activities and what are the assessment. So this is not only for 2 or 3 learning units, but for each of the learning unit, you have to decide what are the subtopics, So what are the learning activities and what are the assessments? So you have to decide for each learning units. So definitely for if 8 learning units, so you need to have 8 learning assessment, 8 learning activities and 8 assessments. So yeah, so you have to discuss and decide on that. And then, yeah, and also we have a timeline for contents, learning activities, and assessment. So timeline in terms of, for example, like, okay, let's say if we meet this week, what should we do? Okay, if we meet next week, so what should we do next month, and then the next after that? Okay, it's like our working schedule, something like that. All right, so let me show you like how, okay, this is how we come up with. So if you look at on the left, okay, so we have, if you look here, the first we have our learning units, okay, learning unit 1, okay, brief development of social welfare and social work, and then learning unit 2 and learning unit 3. So these are the learning units and we come up with the subtopics, okay. So okay, come up with a subtopic and learning unit 8. So we have 8 learning units, right? And then, like I said just now, we have to decide on the contents activities here and the assessment, okay? So here, contents, we have to decide in contents. What I mean here is you have to decide how do you want to deliver the contents. You want to come out, do you want to come out with your own lecture video, or do you want to share your YouTube video, or you want to share journal articles? So it's up to your group members what you want to do, okay? And yeah, so this one, the orange color, it's yeah, we decide what to do, like in detail, how to do, what's the title. So this is more like our working, how to say, like working timetable, working schedule, like that, okay? And then you have to decide on activities, okay? Like I said, activities, you have to decide for each learning unit, what activities that you want to put in your open learning website, okay? So I will show you what is open learning website later, right? So you have to decide what are the activities that you want to include in your learning unit. So each of the learning unit, you need to have activities, okay? Case study, or do you want to just include journals, or you want to that they also have widgets, okay, in open learning website, which you can choose either you want to do crossword or fill in the blanks, or there's so many things that you can choose. Yeah. And then you need to also have assessment, okay? Assessment for each of the learning unit, okay? So learning unit 1, you need to have assessment, learning unit 2 and 3. So for assessment, you need to have either formative or summative. So you can choose that, all right? So this one, yeah, CAM will also assist you on that, right? And besides that, for each of the learning unit, it is better for you to also have maybe extra reading materials or extra resources that you would like to share. You can also share YouTube videos, or you want to include journals or ebooks. So it's up to you and your team members what you want to include in your learning units. Okay, so this is what our group did, right? Okay, so yeah, so the second challenge that we face is we are not a technology savvy. Okay, talking about open learning website, we have no idea. You know, we know with phone, like the basic one, WhatsApp, this and that, but to develop your own open learning website, yeah, none of us know how to do it. So how do we face this challenge is we are willing to learn, all right? So we're willing to learn. So it's a good thing that CAM provided a lot of workshops. So I remember last year, we attended a lot of workshops that's related to MOOC, yeah, like the, what is that? Like softwares or what you can do in MOOC, and even yeah, if you see here the first point, I said that perception on young people are good with technology. I beg to differ on that. Not all young people are good in technology, all right? Maybe certain young people, but not all young people are good with technology, right? We know only the basic one, but I think for open learning, I think it's quite advanced for us to explore. Right, so good thing that MOOC CAM has provided workshops to us, and even they have come up with a workshop with how to how to use or how to upload materials in open learning website. So they even invited someone from KL, if I'm not mistaken, KL, this lady. So she was the one who showed us how to upload the materials on how to use the open learning website. Okay, yeah. But for me, I think as for a person who's a non-technology savvy, I think it's too fast because we don't understand what is this to click here and to click there. You know, it's a struggle at first, but then after that, then I think we learn and we explore on our own on how to upload the learning and materials in the MOOC open learning website. And yeah, so definitely CALM would register your name or your email so that when you become an admin, then only you can manage this open learning website and upload the materials in the website. Okay, so besides willing to learn, we also learn how to use Microsoft Teams. Okay, not just like class like this or giving a webinar, but we also utilize using Microsoft Teams in terms of to share folders. Okay, this is because we don't meet face to face. Because I remember when Dr. Terry came to us, I think we had a discussion in maybe June or July like that. Dr. Terry asked us, how's our progress? What have you done? This and that. And I think we only meet 2 or 3 times in August, right? And then starting in September or October like that, I think we all decided that it is better for us to meet online. All right, so for us to share the learning, the materials on that, it is better for us to use Microsoft Teams. Okay, I think Microsoft Teams is a very good platform for you to share materials. So we created 8 folders. Okay, 8 folders, which including we have 8 learning units. Okay, 8 learning units, which each of the folders we have subfolders for contents, learning activities, and also assessment. So whenever our team members found something that's related to this learning unit, we will just put in that folder, right? And then we will discuss during our discussion, so whether we can use these materials or whether this or that. So it is better for us to have this. I mean, it's good for us to explore this platform on Microsoft Teams to share materials, okay, that's related to our topic. Yeah, and then the third challenge that we face is we don't know how to start. All right, should we start with introduction video first, or should we start with the slide first, or should we which one? What to do first, right? So definitely before you start to come up with MOOC, right? You would like to explore how MOOC course from other programs or MOOC from other faculty do it, right? So definitely you want to explore, and then you like the idea, you want to do this, you want to do that. But what that I want to say is you need to look at your capacity and capability, right? I think that's the most important thing. You know, sometimes when you look at other people's videos or other people's MOOC, you get carried away and you feel like, I want to do like this, I want to do like that. But you have to remember, this MOOC, you have to do everything on your own, right? from producing this, the contents, okay, you have to come up with the contents, and then with the slides, and then uploading the materials. But of course, CAM would assist you on that. But most of the work that you have to do it. See, definitely CAM is there to support, but sometimes if you don't know, you can ask them. They will definitely assist you. But then you have to look at your capability, whether you be able to do that, because we are the content expert, we are not the IT expert. So that's why you have to look at the reality, whether you can do it, right? Kita nak buat canggih-canggih kan, but then yeah, then you have to ask yourself whether you have the time to do it and whether you can do it. Okay, and yeah, and besides, you can also look at the leader's capacity and team members' capacity, whether the team members will be able to do it. Okay, yeah, and for the lecture, so we have 8 learning units, and I think we have five learning units that we use PowerPoint. Okay, we use PowerPoint, and we record the lecture. Okay, record the audio. Yeah, so CAM advise us to not to be, I think, not more than 15 minutes or not more than 10 minutes, right? Not more than 15 minutes for your slides. For your audio, all right? If not more than 15 minutes, so maybe your slide is, I think maybe not more than 10. Okay, it should be short, right? So yeah, so in terms of recording, so what we did was, okay, first, of course, we come up with the PowerPoint, right? So definitely, like I said earlier, we have 14 learning units, right? And then we discussed with our members, we someone with topics that we combine the topics. So we have the slides. So we work together and discuss what should we include for this topic. For the PowerPoint, since that this course, the content expert is Dr. Faiza, so all of us, the other team members, we help to prepare the slides. Definitely the content is there, so we help to add more content that's relevant and updated contents. And then when it comes to recordings, okay, audio recording. So we did not go to MOOC studio, okay? At first, we thought that maybe we can just, let's try and record with a laptop first, okay? So yeah, so we try and record, like audio record with my own laptop. So every week we record the slide. So I just told my team members, just redah je lah, just record je. Kalau tak jadi, then we will go to MOOC studio and we will record there. Since that we already have the script, okay? So we already have the script. So each of us, we can just read from the script, right? So it turns out, so after we record the audio, and then when we give to CAM, and they was okay, they are okay with the slide. So they add a little bit of background music, the MOOC logo, and yeah, I mean, it turns out good. Okay, not that bad, right? Because why we record our own is we trying to save the time, cut the time, because we want to meet the deadline. Okay, so that's why we, if we go to the studio, it might take some time for us, the whole day, for you to record. So we thought that maybe we try and do it with our laptop first, right? But if not, if you can't record with your laptop, then yeah, CAM has the facilities. You can also go to CAM studio to record. So this is the PowerPoint, okay, that we prepared. This is a very simple PowerPoint. So actually, CAM has already given a template to us. So you just include the content, right? Your content is from you. So the template is from CAM, okay? Right? So yeah, even the slide, if you see, it's not many slides, just eight to nine slides, okay? Then when it, 8 to 9 slides, including the audio, so it will be 15 or less than 15 minutes, right? This is for content. And then the next challenge that we face is, yeah, when it comes to online teaching and learning, and with MOOC, So how do we do it, right? I believe that, you know, when during pandemic, suddenly when you work online, you have, for you to juggle between your even with your online class, and then I believe that some of our team members, we hold position in faculty, we are busy with your admin work. So how we do it? So this is the challenge. So how we face it is consistency in terms of, you know, we meet. So each of us, all our group members, we meet every week, right? So we meet every week. You know, when I said just now in August, so we realized that we have like 4 more months or 3 months to complete. So our team members decided like, no, tak boleh jadi. So we have to meet every week. So how we meet is through WebEx, right? So we meet every week WebEx, I think starting in October. So we meet every week and we discuss every week. So we meet every Monday, 1 to 3 p.m., 1 to 3 p.m. So that's the time when all our team members do not have class. So we meet every week. That's just the time that we discuss, we brainstorm, and we update or upload things and materials in open learning in that 2-3 hours. So that's it. So the rest of the week, no, we did not do anything. Only that 3-4 hours, we focus only on MOOC. Yeah, so we brainstorm on activities, on assessment, on the slides. So yeah, it's like a yeah, and sometimes when we could not finish, you know, even sometimes we would divide the tasks, small tasks. You know, we don't divide like a big task to all of us. If the big task, we would sit together and discuss. We would divide small tasks, such as when it comes to activities, when we decided that we want to come up with quiz. Okay, if let's say you want to come up with quiz, okay, you think of 3 questions, you 3, and both of us like come up with 3 questions, right? And then when we come back together on Monday, we discuss, then we will go through, all of us will go through whether this question is suitable to be included in these learning units, or this, for example, other small tasks that we divided, such as try to search the journal articles. Okay, journal articles. Okay, you search journal articles for this learning unit and you for this learning unit. And for example, if other members found articles for other learning units, we also contribute that. So then we just put everything in the folder that I shared just now in the Microsoft Teams, okay, share folder. So we put everything in the folder. Right. So the next challenge that we face is enormous amount of work in MOOC, right? Yeah, it's we think that's a lot of work for MOOC, okay? And especially when you realize there's a lot of detail thing that you need to focus, right? Maybe now you can only see the thing that I explained, such as contents, learning activities, and assessment, but actually it's a lot more detail that you need to focus on when you work on MOOC. So how do we work on this is through teamwork, right? So teamwork is very important. So we divide small tasks every week, okay? Like I said just now, we divide on the, come up with the quiz question, for example. So we divide on terms of the journals, and in terms of slides, okay, we already have the slides, and then for us to polish and to look it more appropriate for us to publish in MOOC website, right? And yeah, and even we discuss and listen to each other, right? Though, of course, like every week, sometimes we would argue and we would discuss and so many things, but you know, it's for this cause, yeah. And besides, we also work very closely with CAM, right? So indeed, CAM assists a lot in this. Sometimes we would stuck like in terms of the open learning website. We don't know how to do. So like Dr. Hafizah always assists us, and even Dr. Terry. So sometimes we don't know, we just ask them through Microsoft Teams chat, because they have like a whole, I think, the members for MOOC, yeah, MOOC members. So we discuss that, right? And yeah, besides talking about MOOC leader, as a MOOC leader, it's extra responsibility for you to ensure that there is progress every week, okay? Yeah, so if there is progress every week, so that means your MOOC has developed or is moved, okay, has developed, has progressed something, okay. Yeah, so talking about teamwork, so even for introduction video, okay, if you look at the picture here, we have, if you know Fitzpatrick, all right, he's the famous guy in UNIMAS, right? So everyone in UNIMAS is looking for him, all right? So he came to our faculty and helped to record for introduction video, okay? But before record, I mean, in to come up with introduction video. So after we have completed everything, so we emailed to Dr. Terry and Dr. Hafizah saying that we have completed this. Now we are ready to do introduction video. Okay, and then Dr. Terry said, "Oh, you want to do introduction video? You have to come up with your storyboard for video." We have no idea what is storyboard for video. That's why I said we are not technology savvy. So we have no idea what is storyboard for video. And then we asked them, I think they suggested us for, oh, you can use Canva. Canva has this. And then it was like, oh, okay. Then we explore Canva. So how to use storyboard in Canva. So if you see the picture on the left, so that's our script, right? So we print out a script on this A3 paper, and if you see our team members, we hold this A3 paper to for the introduction. So that's why I say basically you have to do everything on your own, okay, from A to Z. Only like certain things, if you're stuck, if you don't know how to do, so definitely Kam will be there to assist you, right? Okay, so teamwork is very important in MOOC. Okay. Yeah, so this is actually what Calm has responded to us, like what we need to improve. Okay, what like I showed you just now, we have topic, we have learning materials or learning materials is how you deliver your content. Okay, and then you have activities, assessment, and additional references or further readings. So these are the things that Calm will look into it very detailed, and then they will comment, so you need to improve this is not complete, this and that. So of course you have to you have to do it lah, yeah, right. So this is actually Dr. feedback from Calm. And then and the last one is pressure, right? Of course, pressure in terms of deadline. You want to complete MOOC. At first, we said that we be able to finish by end of December. Okay, and then we request from Dr. Terry and Dr. Hafizah that maybe can we extend it to January, end of January, because there's some certain things that we have not completed it, and so they said okay. So yeah, so I think there's a bit pressure here, but we look it as a privilege. All right. Privilege, why I say privilege is definitely is another WhatsApp group, right? Privilege in terms of another WhatsApp group to create for MOOC, and then privilege in terms of you got to meet your team members every week, right, during the pandemic. So everyone's like working on their own in the room, sometimes some of the team members at home. So it's a privilege for us to meet every week, not just to discuss about MOOC, but besides we ask like, how are you doing? So is everything this okay? So yeah, so we had a good time, all right, though it's pressure in MOOC, but we look at it as a privilege. So we celebrate little progress every week. Why I said a little progress, because if you go to Open Learning website, they have the percentage there, which if you upload it or if you have completed something, the percentage will increase. So that what makes us happy, you know, when you see the percentage, like maybe like 5% increase, so you'll be happy. All right, and then also we learn the process in developing MOOC. So maybe if there's another course for our program that want to be MOOC, so maybe we're expert now, we know how to do, but now as a start, we do a very simple one because it's a learning process for us. All right, yeah, so this is the percent that I showed you just now, the percentage. So if you go to MOOC Open Learning website, they have a percentage here. So sometimes it's just 1 or 2% increase, you'll be so happy. So yeah, that's why I said we celebrate it every week. Okay, and Dr. Faiza, can I show this website a little bit? Is it okay? Our open learning website. All right, so this is our open learning website. So dia taklah wow or boom, right? But it's just like a very simple one, like I said, as a start. So this is what we have developed. So like I said, this one you have to do on your own, this website. Okay, this open learning website, you have to put all the materials, maybe if your pictures, the background, right? So we are very, grateful that we'll be able to complete it. Okay, so you have to do everything on your own. So and we already have our introduction video completed. So it's already uploaded by Kam and our team members. Okay, and these are the things that I show it to you just now. So you have 8 learning units, right? 8 learning units here. So each of the learning units, you need to have content, activities, assessment, and your extra readings, okay? And this is the slides, completed slides. So just to, we prepare the slides and the audio. So this is what CAM did. They include this intro and the music background. Salam and welcome to the first. Right? So so that's basically and we even have one of our members, okay, Dr. Dolly here. So we include Dr. Dolly for because in our content, not all we put it as PowerPoint and lecture slides. We also have interviews. Okay, we come up with set of questions, and then this is our 2 social work alumni. Okay, we get our alumni to talk about the topic that that we have. The questions, okay, that we have provided to them, and even one of our team members, okay, Dr. Dolly. All right, so that's basically from us. Okay. Okay, so I think that's all from us. So I think that if we can do it during pandemic, I believe that other members can do it as well, right? So we face, I think, almost the same challenge. So with that, I would say thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dr. Athirah. If you see the chat here, Dr. Linda, actually she has congratulated to all of your team. She says a big wow to Dr. Athirah, Dr. Faiza, Dr. Dolly, and Dr. Tashini, and all.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Dr. Lina. Same
yeah,
faculty. Yeah.
Yeah, so we are very proud of you too as well. Yeah, so hopefully their experience could inspire you to complete your MOOC. It's a big challenge, as been mentioned by Dr. Athirah, but hopefully we can get there. Yeah. So, do you have any questions to Dr. Athirah and her team? Maybe, just in case you have confusion on how you want to develop micro credentials or credit transfer mode, just feel free to contact us. Me and Dr. Terry will very gladly to help you. And if you maybe later, if you have any problems to use or to upload your learning materials in open learning platform, just feel free to contact us as well. Yeah. So, okay, thank you so much, Dr. Athirah. I guess there's no question about this. It's really clear and it's really inspire. Yeah, hopefully it's kind of big hit to all of us, and hopefully you can start your MOOC, from today onwards. So, okay, we will continue to our second speaker, IR Rudiyanto from Faculty of Engineering. His team has developed a MOOC for MOOC with industry. Hopefully, for those who actually choose a MOOC with industry, I hope this sharing session could help you to develop your MOA, especially MOA. So IR Rudiyanto, your screen is yours.
Yeah. Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. I hope everyone can hear me. Thank you very much, Dr. Athirah. Your sharing session is very, very, inspiring and also very useful for us as well. We face almost the same challenge, more or less, of what you are facing. So this is up to, I'll be sharing up to the level that we have completed. Most importantly, on how do we actually engage with the industry and how do we decide on the topic itself. Because the first thing first, when we talk about the MOOC with the industry, we have to look for the topic that really sells. The first idea was that it is not really just a MOOC, which is a free MOOC, but something that we can show to the industry, something that we can attract to the industry, and then industry will continue to actually embark on our MOOC and continue learning with what we have, not only from us in academics, but also with the collaboration with the industry. Okay, so if you look into the tentative, we are not actually following the flow of the tentative in the progress of developing our MOOCs. So basically, this is how we develop our MOOC. This is the flow that we actually embark on during the development of our MOOC. So first thing first is that before we decide on our topic, and before we decide on our content, we did really go to the industry to look for the training needs. We do some survey and we do some kind of confirmation on what are required and what need to be learned. We ask employers, we ask employees, we even ask the experts of the product itself. Then we go to the content development. Only then after we have the content, we approach the industry partner to set up for MOA. Okay. So the MOOC that we develop is basically on centrifugal pumps, which is related to operation maintenance and troubleshooting. And the MOOC itself is targeted for engineers, okay, regardless that they are fresh engineers, senior engineers, or retired engineers. Those who are in allied professionals related to engineering, semi-professionals, and also technologists, and also those who are in academics as well. And then we also hope that the MOOC itself is beneficial to the students. For your information, that our MOOCs is not tied into any courses in what we call in UNIMAS. It is a specific MOOCs for operation, maintenance, and troubleshooting for centrifugal pumps. I will let you know why do we choose this topic. Okay, based on our survey with the industry, we did approach consultants, we did approach contractors, we did approach equipment facilities owners and managers, and also we did conduct our survey with the product experts. The product expert that we are talking about is that those who manufacture pumps, those who do pump controls, those who actually conduct training for pumps as well. In the industry, there are a wide variety of pumps. The one that we are focusing in this MOOC is basically for the basic pump that we use every day. If you look into our buildings, we have pumps that deliver water to our tank and eventually to our tap. So those kind of pumps that we are focusing on this on this MOOC. So the basically those who are involved with our MOOCs are those who are in constructions industry, those people who are in maintenance and operations of buildings. So we are focusing more on buildings itself rather than the wide scope of the pump, something like water treatment and so on. So when we approach the industry, when we approach the consultants, when we approach the employees and so on, we have this repeatedly feedback from the industry, particularly from the employers, saying that most of our fresh graduates are lack of practical knowledge, particularly related to the works that they are going to embark on. What they mean is that they are not well equipped with basic knowledge. I believe that a lot of us really, hear this from employers saying that they don't have this basic knowledge, they don't have that basic knowledge, and so on. But unfortunately, most employers, they don't realize and they don't really embrace the idea that we provide the fundamentals in the university. Then some of the job of giving initial training and professional training to the employees should be under the employers themselves for the beginning. That's why when I'm sharing this in terms of engineering career or technologies profession, um, uh, I believe in some in some profession like medicine, in I think counseling and so on, they have the term that they call for us in engineering, they call it as graduate engineer. So another name for graduate engineer under the act is basically a trainee engineer. So we need to train them. Employers need to train them before they become professionals or before they become semi-professional. So the experience and the practical knowledge need to be equipped on the field, not necessarily by us in academics, but we don't want to lepas tangan lah in academics. So what do we do is that we look for some way for us to actually assist them. In this case, kita ada MOOC lah. So this MOOC is a very good platform for the industry to get this kind of so-called practical knowledge. Walaupun dia cakap practical knowledge, in our mind, we might you might think that they have to go to the field and do the physical works and so on. But the practical knowledge that was meant by the employers is mainly on the know-how. I will let you know on the level of works by the engineers that was commented by the employers, and sadly some employers, particularly those in the small firm, they did feedback to us saying that they cannot afford to send all engineers for training on fundamentals. This is because if you see in the market itself for the similar course that we would like to offer in MOOC for 3 to 5 days course, most of that it will cost them last time when we did our survey about 4,000, and I believe it has increased to 5 to 6,000 now for 5 days. Because they're really making money on that in the name of trying to get approved for the CPD, the continuous professional development. So from the feedback of the employers, and when we approach some of the employees, they did also feedback that they need some kind of introductory on fundamental courses. They need to keep their CPD. Some because of the act requires, some because of they really want to learn, and some of them they need the refresher course. So this is where we basically have in mind the 4 major services in engineering, but PAM, I believe PAM is the most widely covered, which our team believe should be the starting point before we offer the other building services, before we before we offer the other types or the other field of knowledge in building services. That's why we choose PAMs for the beginning, and we get the support from the industry as well on offering this PAM fundamental knowledge. And through our survey as well, we did see some of the company did offer. Grundfos, for example, they have this academy, their own academy, online academy, but they offer some kind like bite-size or solution-based, which is specific to the brand. Okay, the funny thing in the engineering industry is that if you learn from Grundfos, for example, Grundfos is pump manufacturer, and if you buy from another manufacturer of the company of the same equipment or the same pump, but you buy it from, let's say, Ibarra is another manufacturer. This Ibarra will actually try as at their best to actually deny those who train by Grundfos to maintain their product, because because they will try to actually keep the technology on their own. But on our side, what we can do is we understand that from our experience when we work in the industry, we understand that most of the basic equipment, they have the similar system. Actually, what one company have is almost the same as what another company have. If we learn from one company, we can actually troubleshoot or we can actually maintain the product of another company. But they don't want to actually certify another person from another company to maintain the product. I think this is because of the what we call as the sole proprietorship of the of the equipment, and also the knowledge of the company themselves. And then also we found out some courses in Udemy, which is certified by Udemy, but offered not by institution but on individual basis. So from there we found our opportunity that we as a university, when we partner with the industry, we have the capacity, because those who are in the industry, they love to have certification that comes with some known or well-known institution, particularly public university. They really love this kind of certification, and they can really sell the certification for their services. We are talking about employers selling their business to others. So this is what we're trying to do to support the industry. Okay. Actually, I've covered this when I explained the outcomes of the market survey just now. So some of the engineers, the motivation that we have is because we know that from the feedback from the industry, they need the fundamental trainings, and particularly for fresh graduates, we are hoping that we can help on that, and also we are to provide the CPD knowledge to them, and also the refresher for those who need to look into the fundamental backs after maybe they have out of the industry for a certain time, and then they want to come back into the industry. Then this kind of courses, or this kind of MOOC can be a platform for them to refresh their knowledge without having to spend 5,000, 4,000 ringgit just for the refresher course. As what I said just now, we have identified those targeted audience for our MOOC, which they mainly in this business, they mainly categorize or works into three level or three groups of people. One, they are in design. Okay, those who do building design, system design, and so on. They are also in a group of people. They are in project implementation, where they do project management, they do installation of equipment, they do testing and commission. Okay, those, if you go to construction site, this project implementation is those who are in the construction site. Okay, and then those who take care of the equipment itself after the equipment have been installed or after the project have been completed. For example, in UNIMAS, we have the asset. Okay, our asset section, bukan section, the asset division or bahagian pembangunan, where they take care of our building, our equipment, and our system. So those people are in operation and maintenance. So basically, for the topic that we are offering, we have to cover for all of three of this category of people. Okay, and how do we decide on the content itself? Okay, first thing first is that we have to be careful when we try to actually decide on the content of the course or any training for the industry. The first thing first is that we have to make sure that it is always relevant, no expiry. Even though the product or the technology have actually moved way forward, the fundamentals is always the same. So this is what we try to grab, so that everything that we have need not to be updated. Maybe because we know that products in technology come out every 3-4 months, half a year, and so on. So we don't want to update our content every 3 or 4 months. we try to retain our content. Maybe maybe we just need to update our content on yearly basis, or we just follow our system on semester basis and so on. So we have to look into something that is always relevant, and we have to look into the scenario in the market, and then the market needs itself. What knowledge that fit those three category of people that we have, and then we also do some benchmarking for the current available training, and most importantly as well is about relating to the job function itself, and it must cover that three category of people that we found out and we understand earlier. Okay, this is our example of the content that we have. Let me explain to you how do we fit in those this content to those who are in the three category. Okay, for example, for this case, we have the theory, we have the centrifugal, which of this knowledge to be very generic, and also the knowledge itself is also very common and very fundamental, so that we don't have to update the knowledge whenever that the product is being changed or the system is being updated by the company. For example, for this case, we have theory, we have installation and operation, we have system design, piping system design, some kind of variable speed and so on. So this kind of thing, like learning unit number 1, 2, 3, and 4, these are related to, and also 7 here, related to the design. And with design itself, they need to know about the installation, they need to know about the operation, they need to know about maintenance and minimizing wear and failure analysis, so that the designer will have good knowledge on how to select the equipment and so on. Okay, and also in project implementation, they need to know maybe if they don't want to focus on the theory, they have to focus on the installation and operation. They have to focus on symptom pump operation and so on. So if you look into the content itself, I'm sorry if the content is quite specific to engineering, but the content itself is actually covering the three group of people that we intend to deliver the content to. Okay, and then and that is how we decide on our content. And then next, how do we actually select the industry partners? Because when we talk about pump, it is similar to the basic thing that we have in our office, for example, air conditioning system. The mechanical equipment yang kita ada macam aircon system, we have, if you look into your office, kadang-kadang you akan nampak those brand in Carrier, you have Exxon, you have a lot of brand. So for us to be available to everyone, we try to avoid to partner with a specific brand of pump. Okay, we try to be neutral. We try to make sure that our certificate, if we are going to issue, is acceptable to everyone, regardless of the brand of the equipment that they have in their system. So that's why our what you call our industry partner must be relevant to what must be relevant to the course itself. Okay, so we are looking into either those who are doing business in design, doing business in project implementation, or doing business in maintenance or operation. Okay, either three of this category, and also like I said just now, must be neutral lah. Neutral meaning that it is not the one who hold the big brand of the equipment itself. Okay, so that's why our partner that we choose, we are quite lucky that we have an industrial laboratory being set up in the faculty, which is the company that is going to involve is the company that is doing maintenance management. This is what it is quite what do you call it? It is quite general. It doesn't focus to pumps only, but also to anything related to building. So we are quite fortunate to have this company coming to us. Okay, we are not looking for them; they are coming to us with intention to set up an industrial lab and to be to partner with us. So that is where we come up with the MOA. That is going to be detailed later. But before we actually decide on the agreement with the industry partner, basically, or before we decide on our side, we have in mind either we are going for dedicated MOA on the MOOC itself, which is I frankly and my team did really agree on that, which is very, very difficult for us to just have an MOA just for the MOOC itself. The industry partner will be very reluctant to support us just basically for MOOC, unless we can really convince them that the MOOC will sell and they will get some of the profit. Because we know the industry, the first thing that they will see is if we give you something, how much we will get back. Okay, that is very challenging for us. But we are quite fortunate that we have the second opportunity coming to us. So the MOOC that we have now is actually being part or being a component of an MOA, which is an MOA with 4 major activities in that MOA. So we slot our MOOC into one of the activities itself. So the MOA that we have is actually with SeaWorks Technologies Berhad, which is a company that provide maintenance management solution to anyone. So in Sarawak or in Malaysia, they are quite well known with their system in TNB, in hospital. Our hospital is also using their system, SeaWorks system. So they're actually quite a big player in the industry, and they have branches in US, Canada. Even though the company is actually started locally, but they expand their businesses throughout the world. So basically, the MOA consists of 4 components, 4 activities. The first one is, of course, the industrial laboratory. And then under the MOA, it is also going to have an executive diploma program on maintenance management. And partly in the MOA also, they have this training and certification. So this is where our MOOC come in. And the SeaWorks also specifically request, because university is quite well known for event organization, for example, like conference and so on. So they request for an event to be part of MOA. And bear in mind that an MOA only lasts, if we do not keep the MOA active, the MOA will only last for about 5 years max that we have. So we have to think about that, and we have to ensure that MOA that we embark on is sustainable, so that our MOOC will also be sustainable later. So this is how we do it. We put our MOOC under the training and certification for that MOA. Okay, so moving forward, what do we plan to do with our MOOC after the MOA? Is that because this is part of the initial plan for this MOOC, where we still have to go through the professional body to get the CPD points. Because we want to attract professionals, we need to get the CPD points from, for example, Board of Engineers, CIDB, Malaysian Board of Technologies, and so on. And also with the recent setup of UNIMAS Water Center, which is under UNIMAS Water Center, there is also training. We plan, to park the MOOC also under UNIMAS Water Center, but this is subject to the approval or agreement with the current MOA lah, because we signed the MOA with SeaWorks. If SeaWorks agree, then we can actually claim the MOOC under UNIMAS Water Center as well. So we can actually, enlarge or widen our audience in this case. And initially, when it was an industry MOOC, before it became industry MOOC, the initial name was commercial MOOC. Nama dia commercial MOOC. So commercial MOOC is supposed to generate income, but then throughout the years, the commercial MOOC was not in favor. Then it was changed to industry MOOC. So now we are still, have to get back what we pay to open learning. So initially we plan, this is what we plan initially lah. So maybe for the first 6 months we offer the course at at a very cheap price, and after that we increase until we get we get the price that can actually make profit, not only return the capital, but make profit to the university. But there is a challenge there. There is a big challenge there. The challenge. The first one is that the MOA, either we want to go to dedicated MOA or MOOC, because we will have sustainability issue when we go for dedicated MOA. So for us, we choose the options for, it might be different from one industry to another, might be different from one field to another. But for us in engineering, we believe that by going dedicated, we might not get the support from the industry as good as by embedding the MOOC in some some kind of sub program or sub component of an MOA. Okay. And then secondly, talking about selling the MOOC itself. Okay. I'm not sure for now, but we try to have a business model. But again, it was not materialized, if I'm not mistaken. Betul ke, Dr. Hafizah?
Yeah, still dalam progress lagi. Yep.
Masih dalam progress. So we still have an issue, even when we talk to the to our partner of the MOA. We are quite lucky that for now they don't really emphasize on their profit yet. But they said as long we can make profit in another part of the MOA, for example, event, diploma and so on, they don't really mind, keeping this for free for now. So we hope that we have some kind of business model that can benefit both UNIMAS and also the industry much later for this. And then a challenge that we have also is, the industry expectation, which is most of the industry, they are going, they have this idea of, system proprietary or brand based. That's why for this kind of, issue or challenge, what we do is we try to look for the partner that is neutral, that can actually help us, give us the benefit of what we call not being favored to any brand lah. And then with MOOC itself, another challenge is that the maintenance of the quality and requirement, because this is related to the CPD certificate or CPD certified training or program, where when we have a CPD certified training, there is a requirement under certain board to have the professional related to that board to actually be part of the training in order for the CPD to be awarded. We are quite lucky that we have engineers and we have technologists in our group, so we fulfill the criteria that is outlined by Board of Engineer and also MBOT. And also CIDB doesn't really have an issue on that as long it is related to construction and a light system. So I think that's about it on what I want to share on what we did for MOOC with the industry. We really hope that we can complete everything by, we are given the deadline until for this year lah. This year kami kena completekan. So we hope that we can complete everything by this year, and hopefully that with the completion, it will be beneficial to those who are targeted in the industry lah. Okay, thank you very much.
Right, thank you so much, IR Rudiyanto. So is there any question, especially I guess from Faculty of Language? Is there any Faculty of Language? If you have any question regarding on the MOOC with industry, because from Faculty of Language, they are the only one that that choose MOOC with industry, so it's quite challenging because we just have a few. I guess for now we have 2 MOOCs that choose for MOOC with industry. So if you have any question, feel free to ask. Or if you're stuck in any progress or any stage to get the MOA with the industry, feel free to contact us as well. Okay. And also, is it okay, Rudiyanto, if one of them contact to you on how to
Okay.
just how to get the MOA again, yeah, because it's kind of new for us as well, yeah.
Yeah, we can actually not to say assist, but we can share our opinion on how you can actually solve the MOA issue.
True.
Because different set or different category of industry will have a different way of tackling it. Because I might have the idea for engineering, but our idea could be also
A little bit
useful.
different.
Could be
Yes.
different, but could be useful with
Yeah.
some tweak that can be applied to another field.
Yes. Thank you so much. Okay, I guess there's no question in the chat box. So, okay, I guess thank you so much to both of our speakers. It's really an honor for both of us to share your experience on how to deal with the MOOC as well. Dr. Athirah, thank you so much, and IR Rudiyanto, thank you so much for the precious experience. Hopefully, the experience could, I can say, give you a spirit to complete your MOOC, hopefully by the end of this year. All right. So if you have any question, if you have a confusion on how to complete your MOOC, feel free to contact me and also Dr. Terry. All right. So thank you so much, and hopefully we will meet you again for another webinar. Right. All right. Thank you so much. Bye.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Lisa. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
Thank you.